Yo, it's your boy. Yo, it's your boy DJP, one half of the Real Recap podcast, and I'm back today with another video. But today I'm doing movie reviews of my Ask a Black Guy series, which before I really leave, I reviewed Captain America: Brave New World. I reviewed The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. But today I saw the newest installation into the Marvel franchise with the movie Thunderbolts, or AKA The New Avengers. Definitely have a little issue with that title, but before I get into that and we start this review, I just want to say we got a brand new logo. Check it out. Man, we definitely love the support that you guys have been giving us for a while. So things are definitely going up. We're almost at 500 subscribers. So if you guys can help us out, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it. But let's get right into this movie review. Let's get it. Now, before I get started, just want to put out a disclaimer. I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I think we all are. We've been there for all this time now. Endgame was one of the greatest, I can say, events in my life as a movie that I can say I've ever experienced. So it's not hate. I think going through phase 4 and 5 has been really rough. And I think this movie has some good credibility to it in the sense that it is a step in the right direction. I also said the same thing about Captain America, Brave New World. Now, I'm going to speak from what I think. So this is not hate. This is not rage bait. This is not for clicks. This is really what I think. I'm going to throw out a hot take. Captain America: Brave New World was better than this movie, in my opinion. Captain America: Brave New World was able to keep us attached to what we were expecting from Marvel. And once I saw that movie, I said, okay, this is a step in the right direction. Like, now we're getting back to this simple stuff, military threats. The fights are not multiverse level. Everything is not having to be in space. It's not really the most super powerful people. This is just a guy with a shield with some cool wings, and he can do his thing, and he did that versus Red Hawk. This movie, I think the biggest thing that people have been saying or I've been seeing is this whole the New Avengers thing. That to me has just been like a slap in the face. Like, I felt like it's an insult to call this movie the New Avengers based off what we know the Avengers to be from the first one all the way to Endgame. Character wise, I think the movie was cool. As far as the characters we had, they were cool. I get lost in the idea to think that maybe this movie was like a parody, and maybe not a parody, but like maybe this movie was meant to be more like of a joke where it's these rejects that put a team together and they become something. And if that's the case, then this would be a better movie. But maybe from me hearing the title The New Avengers and seeing it, I'm like, they did nothing to me that was Avengers worthy. I'll go through characters. I'll just say a few. I feel like Bucky has had the biggest downgrade of who his character started off with to who he is now. If you remember Bucky in The Winter Soldier, bro, Bucky was a scary assassin dude. Even though he was being mind controlled, Bucky was scary, bro. That man had to fight Captain America, Black Panther, like Scarlet Witch, all these people, and Bucky was nothing to be played with, bro. So to see him go to that, then go to Wakanda, where they hint at him being this like white lion, this like white tiger thing, in Wakanda, and to kind of drop that ball was kind of like, all right, I don't know about this, but then even through seeing him in Falcon and The Winter Soldier, he was still cool in that. He was still cool. I think him and Sam Wilson, they work really well together. They have a nice chemistry. Even when they do the like red carpet stuff, just out of character, they're great together. But I was just not feeling Bucky in this movie. Bucky really just had probably one of the best scenes where they was on a highway and he did some things with these Hummers. That was the best scene to me of the whole movie. But Bucky didn't really do nothing that stood out. There was nothing really Marvel about him in this movie. You know what I'm saying? But again, if this is a team movie, then I don't expect it to be. So Bucky to me he's just had a downgrade. I looked at Bucky in this movie, I was like, bro, you used to be such a threat, somebody that everybody was afraid of. You were scary. Like, you fought Iron Man with freaking Captain America, bro, and this is just like, nah, this ain't that. And I think they try to give Bucky moments or make him the like lead or make him look like a little like badass, but it just didn't hit for me, this movie. Like, I like to see him though. Like, I'm glad that we're gonna get Doomsday. I'm glad that they're gonna all reconnect. I'm happy for that. But this movie was just like, I don't know. I just felt Bucky didn't really belong with this group, even though it could be comic accurate. But Bucky's too cool for this group, bro. That's just how I feel. Red Guardian was cool. I liked his costumes. Very funny character. definitely kept the team together. He definitely was the glue. He's a guy that when things seem bad, he's like, let's go, we got it. I like this character for that. I give him credit. John Walker, aka Junior Captain America, just like from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's cool concept. He's not bad. I don't think he's lame. I don't know. He just doesn't give me like what we envision Captain America to be. And it's crazy that people were giving Sam Wilson a hard time when Brave New World came out. He's more Captain America to me than John Walker is. John Walker is just like a real reject, bro. I don't know what to say, but he didn't really have any real highlights in this movie. I think the only one he had was kind of this scene where this kind of was like the Avengers United scene where this rock fell and he caught the rock and everybody helped him like push it off. That probably was the only time I felt like, all right, this is kind of his little cool moment. But for the most part, he didn't really have any cool scenes. Like, even just go beyond just the whole characters thing, even like with the like females. The females were cool. I didn't really care for them like that. The main character, I forgot her name, but with the white hair, she was definitely annoying to me. I was just like, bruh, everything is just this emotional roller coaster. And it's just that Scarlet Witch thing where they have the little flashbacks with like the way that they grew up. And this was a very emotional movie at times, man. It was just like, where are we going with this? Like, one minute you think it's about this, then it's about that, then it's about the power of friendship, then it's about, family. It's like, I don't know, bro. It just felt like it was in too many different directions. It doesn't mean it's a bad movie. I'm just defending the fact that people are saying that this is such a great movie. I'm just like, I don't see the great, and I see the good part, but I don't see the great. Sentry was a cool concept. I don't think they dropped the ball with Sentry. I think they could have not used Sentry to be the villain in this one. I think I was expecting more of like a team up with them versus some type of military threat, something like that. But that's the thing too. I didn't feel like there was any real worldly threat in this movie. Half of these guys didn't really even have powers like that. Like Sentry was the only one that could really fly. Everybody else was kind of just like street level. So it was like, how much can you guys really do? So for them to be called the new Avengers, I was like, why y'all? Like, do you not know what the original Avengers went through? Like, when they fought Ultron, when they fought the whole goddamn army in the first one, that was amazing. These guys couldn't have handled that situation. This would have been a joke, or they would have been dead immediately, bro. So that was just weird, dog. Sentry was the only one that really was super or Marvel-esque type of thing in this movie, and he was okay. I mean, his character was a little bit annoying, but for the most part, I think what he's going to become later on in like the Doomsdays and stuff like that and the Secret Wars, he will be that guy. And maybe this movie, maybe that is what this movie was doing. Maybe it was a build up for what is to come, of the Avengers with them. But even to say what is to come, there was an extra scene at the end where they were in this Avengers Tower 14 months later, and that looked like what the Avengers would look like to me. They looked cool. Bucky had the long hair, suit was fire, everybody looked cool. I'm like, this is what you call a new Avengers. But like they said, Sam Wilson doesn't approve of it. So now they're doing this joke about they're the Avengers with a Z. And that was cool. That was, creative and whatnot. It's cool. Because I don't try to just think about what the comics is. I don't care about comic accuracy. Is this a good movie? And the movie was cool. It was straight, but there was no real standouts in this movie. Nothing really happened where you're like, wow, this movie is amazing. Like, it was just good to see another Marvel movie, bro. It was just good to know that we're getting back to what we want to see in Marvel, because we haven't seen it since Endgame. Everything else has been trash except for No Way Home, really. And maybe Shang-Chi. Everything else has been trash, bro. But nothing really happened in this movie that's going to make you be like, damn, let me go see it again. And I think people are really just living off of the hype of it. This movie is cool. 7.5 at best. But this movie is not like, let me write home to or recommend, like, bro, you got to go see it. If you want to continue to see the Marvel story like we want to see as it leads up to Avengers, then go see it. But it was nothing like that. It was nothing crazy, bro. Even the fighting to me was like a joke, bro. Like, it was very slow, very readable. It wasn't like, if you see Winter Soldier when they were fighting hand to hand, it was like, damn, bro. This was not that, bro. This was just like weird. Like, it just looked staged. It didn't look right. It just wasn't that bad. And there really wasn't even that much fighting, to be honest with you, bro. You had to fight where they were on all of them fought each other. Then you had to fight probably with the military at maybe one other scene. After that, then they fought Sentry temporarily. There was no real fighting in this. This movie really ultimately came down to Sentry having a bad side to him and them healing him with the power of friendship like they do up in Naruto. They had a great speech. Everybody hugged them and everything was healed. There was like nothing happened. There was nothing crazy. Like, And then they fought Sentry at one part where they fought Sentry, and it's like, none of y'all really super like that, except for maybe 2 or 3 of y'all. And Sentry's punching everybody, and everybody just getting up. Like, I'm like, this is not that. And they even kept saying, like, none of us can stop this guy. They knew, like, we don't have the power to really do anything. And that's what I keep saying. If this was a movie that was supposed to be like a joke, kind of, where it's still serious, but it's like the real rejects that really don't work well together, then this was the movie. This was a great movie. And I'm pray they get better in the future. But there was just no chemistry. Like, when you would watch Avengers, Ultron and stuff, you would see, you know, Thor hit Captain America's hammer, do something, Iron Man shoot off the hammer. Like, it wasn't that, bro. I don't know, bro. It was cool. Like I said, end of the day, I'm not gonna diss it. Would I watch it again? Yeah, I watch it again. Would I pay for it? No. But it was just a cool movie. Like I said, end of the day, I give it a 7.5 at best. I just think they could have did the Sentry thing a little bit better. I think they should have probably saved that for later on, or maybe, you know, just do something else. But this movie was just like, I don't know. I feel like nothing really got resolved. You know, they went on a mission to try to kill the lady that kind of tried to frame them into something, and she ended up becoming the lady that introduced them as the brand new Avengers, and now they're like, we got you. It's like, nothing really happened. Like, all this kind of happened for no reason. Nobody came into this planet to try to kill you. Got nothing. So it was an okay movie. Like I said, it is what it is, man. But again, I don't say this to hate. I don't say this to clickbait, rage. I'm just a real, honest critic of my own opinion of what I think. And I just think a lot of times I don't like to give into the hype. I like to let the hype die out. Then I go watch a movie. So that's why I watched it yesterday. But you guys let me know what you guys think about that. Just honest opinions. You know, nobody being disrespectful to me, nothing like that. Let's just have a discussion. Do you think I'm tripping? What do you guys give this movie? And are you excited for the next Avengers movie? Peace.